Blessings, 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 my sports to the bone people. Back at it again with another video. Now, let me say this, my people. I am feeling really nervous. I am feeling ashamed and nothing has been proven just yet. I am talking about, whenever I see this story or an update to this story, it's as if cold sweat just comes over my body. Talking about the alleged West Indies cricketer who is set to be arrested in coming days. There's an update. So I am on the Sportsmax website and the headline says West Indies cricketer to be arrested in the coming days in connection with SA offences in Guyana, right? And when I say SA, I mean taking something from a woman against her will, right? And it's several offences. Now, I tell you, it's really, really heavy, my people, to talk about stuff like this. And I mean, the update that I'm seeing here, there is more information in it. So let me just read it. So it says, a West Indies cricketer is said to be arrested in the coming days in connection with SA offences in Guyana, right? They say the unnamed cricketer, according to reports coming out of Guyana, has been accused by at least 11 women, including a teenager, of RAPE and SA harassment and unwanted advances. It goes on to say, among those speaking out, one victim was just 18 years old when she claims the cricketer assaulted her on March 3, 2023 at a house in New Amsterdam in Berbice. Goes on to say, according to family accounts, he had picked her up under the guise of socializing, and they have that in quotation, socializing, and brought her to a residence filled with others. Goes on to say she felt safe until he allegedly led her upstairs and forcibly RAPED her. The family has accused the players and entourage and Guyanese law enforcement of efforts to suppress the case. And before we go any further, let me say this again. If it is true and can be proven, the player should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, right? If it is true and can be proven. It doesn't matter what that player, no matter who it is, right? Something like this should not be suppressed, right? So it goes on to say, since the report came out, more women have come forward, producing evidence like screenshots, voice notes, medical filings, and messages claiming repeated assaults and attempts at cover-up. Let's go again. Since the report came out, more women have come forward, producing evidence like screenshots, voice notes, medical filings, and messages claiming repeated assaults and attempts at cover-up. Oh my goodness. If they have screenshots that they can prove and voice note that they can authenticate, then, medical filing, then I am assuming, I am no doctor or anything, but I am assuming they would be talking about probably DNA and stuff like that. Anyway, say, one survivor disclosed that the cricketer offered money to settle the matter, but the family refused, saying, "We don't want money. I want justice for what he did to my daughter," end quote. Again, in quotation, "We don't want money. I want justice for what he did to my daughter," end quote. And I 100% agree. I 100% agree. If it is true and they can prove it and evidence is there, I 100% agree. Do not take that money. It's against the law. It is wrong. Make them prosecute whoever it is. 100% agree. The article goes on and says, none of the allegations has yet resulted in formal charges. However, lawyer Nigel Hughes, representing one of the complainants, informed during an appearance on the Sportsmax Zone that initial complaints were made roughly 2 years ago, meaning early 2023. Oh, 2 years ago, it's been a while, right? They say initial complaints 2 years ago, right? Meaning early 2023. Hughes said those allegations prompted an investigation and prosecutors recommended charges be filed. But then the matter disappeared from public view, right? The lawyer added that the renewed inquiries, in quotation, literally yesterday and the day before, right, which would have been June 25 and 26, 2025, yielded no updates from authorities, and that the abused teenager and others have grown weary from repeated questioning and institutionalized delays, right? Institutionalized delays. They say, according to what's happening there. They said they are going through several stonewalling and what seem to be suppress and some sort of cover-ups. Jaja. The article goes on and it says the same cricketer was even reportedly arrested on SA assault allegations. It was alleged that the accused was allegedly involved in the RAPE of a teen relative under age of consent. Goodness gracious me. They said the victim later withdrew her statement and the case was closed. Charges were not pressed. Notably, the cricketer was part of the West Indies squad that secured a historic victory over Australia at the Gabba in Brisbane in 2024. Upon their return in Guyana, he received a hero's welcome, even amid ongoing accusations. These allegations emerged publicly during the ongoing test series against Australia, adding pressure to the sport's governing body. Right? They say Cricket West Indies, CWI, when contacted by Sportsmax, stated, and I quote, Cricket West Indies is unaware of the circumstances and therefore is not in a position to comment on this at this time, end quote. They said despite multiple media reports, CWI continues to assert it has not received any official notification or documentation from Guyana authorities. Why, this is heavy, my people. This is heavy. This is definitely heavy. I mean, based on what they're saying, it's been going, it's something that happened in 2023. We were just made aware, well, the public, probably people in Guyana knew about it. But, you know, outside of that, we were just made aware last week or a couple of days ago when, you know, in the first test, when the first test against Australia was going on, right? And based on what they're saying, a couple of years ago, the same cricketer was charged for having inappropriate relations with a family member who was under the age of consent. But that was what statement was withdrew and but it's really heavy, my people. I don't usually talk about stuff like this on the channel, but once it's something to do with our cricket, obviously I'm gonna address it. But I'm not even gonna go any further with it, my people. I just wanted you all to know that there's an update on this story, but I'm going to leave it right there. Big up.